remember what the post was or whatever, but someone was talking about some UK artist being the GOAT or being underrated. And then people started to bring up other artists as well that also could be put in that category. And someone mentioned Bugzy Malone. And then someone else responded to that, basically saying that Bugzy Malone cannot rap in that, bruv. I was like, what the hell is this guy talking about? Either you're way too young to know what this guy is actually on, or you've just been introduced to Bugzy Malone now that he's doing all the house quote-unquote commercial music and that, bro. Because when it comes to actual spitters and that, bruv, storytelling and that, bruv, F the fire in the booths and the flipping men series. Now, well, not F them and that, bro. You get me? Because that's some of his, you get me, probably greatest, if not the greatest pieces of work. But even just songs in general and that, bro. You get what I'm trying to say? This guy is a rapper's rapper and that, fam. You know what I mean? Especially with the storytelling and that, fam, which is a trait that not a lot of people have. So, yeah, I don't know why people always just go off what's been going on in recent times, because he has been making a lot of commercial music, bro. But don't ever forget what this guy is capable of. Even his last album, what's the 3 songs that I was listening to yesterday? Yeah, Gods, Angels, and Skeletons and that, bro. I was literally just listening to those tunes. That's his, what was it, his last project, last album and that, fam. So don't chat to me about this guy can't rap. Also, I don't really like doing these intros and that, man, because I don't know why we keep getting close-ups of this guy's veneers and that, fam. It is what it is. Shout out Charlie Sloth. You get what? Charlie Sloth. Shout out Charlie Sloth and that, bro. Iconic figure within the UK, but these close-ups, yeah. But it's a legendary one, though. And you guys know Bugzy Malone's last, you know what I mean? So
today we're bringing you another special moment. A guy that has defied all odds and kicked down more doors than Chuck Norris. This is about to be special.
Spitting bars in the intro.
0161 Manny on the map. Bugzy Malone! You know what time it is when you hear this, right?
Now it's time to rumble.
Let's go. Don't care for the cameras today, you know, Charlie, brother. It's me and you, brother.
Scare my guy.
Fuck's sake. Alright, Mom, you got me feeling emotional out here, you know. Swear, man, I love you.
Hey, Mom's in the studio.
Now, man.
Hey, let's make some history,
Listen.
bro.
Yo, see, there's a complicated part of my story I need to tell. Every member of my family's been a resident in hell. I never spoke about the attempted murder sat in a cell. Every question, no comment, faces never ring a bell. I had my mother sitting with me in the interview, hiding my phone. I could never understand, she didn't want to let me go. Smudging on my fingerprints, how was I supposed to know? The policeman had intelligence, digging me a deeper hole. First time I
don't even like to play songs while I'm listening to a song because I feel like it ruins the vibe and that, bro. But this is something that he said in Skeletons in his last album or project.
You know, when we was sitting in that interview room and the police was telling me I was looking at attempted murder, and you hidden the phone in your bra, allegedly. I fucking love you forever. That's a real queen.
Chat to them and that, bro. So I was gonna say I like his relationship with his mom, bro, because parents aren't perfect and that, fam. Especially a lot of our mothers, bro. What the hell is going on? A lot of our mothers and that become mothers at a young age and they're just trying the best and that. They're like learning on the job, literally, and that, fam. You get me? So yeah, there's a lot of quote unquote things that happen in your life that are negative that you could say parents are the cause of it, especially mothers or whatever, because we have a lot of single mothers. My mom was a single mom and that, fam, all of that type of stuff. That I could say, oh yeah, I went through this because of my mom and da. But at the same time, and that, bro, there's a balance with things. Nothing's good, nothing's bad in that, fam. At the end of the day, you know that most parents and that, bro, you know what I mean, actually do their best. Sometimes, yeah, they can get it wrong, but they are doing their best. So it's different if they're not trying to put effort in and da. But when you know someone's putting 110%, 150%, but they still may get it wrong in that, fam, like I appreciate you in that, fam. You did your best in that, fam. You get me? So yeah, I like his relationship with his mum and the way he talks and that. He talks about the things that, quote unquote, the negatives and all of that type of stuff, certain things that went on in his life that may be a cause or maybe due to his mum, but then he also talks on the positives and actually loves her in that, fam. You get me? So shout out to him and that, from my community.
Every member of my family's been a resident in hell. I never spoke about the attempted murder sat in a cell. Every question, no comment, faces never ring a bell. I had my mother sitting with me in the interview, hiding my phone. I could never understand, she didn't want to let me go. Smudging on my fingerprints, how was I supposed to know? The policeman had intelligence, digging me a deeper hole. First time I seen regret in my mother's eyes, I guess she blamed herself. Nearly swapped my freedom for a prison cell. God give me a second chance, all the other soldiers fell. Walking out the station, was she happy? I just couldn't tell. Bang, bang.
Also, the tone of voice that he's using as well, I'm not fully used to it with Bugzy and that, fam. You get me? If I think of like the tunes where he's storytelling, talking about the pain, you can hear the emotion in his voice. But I feel like his voice is a little bit higher in that, fam.
How was I supposed to know the policeman had intelligence? Digging me a deeper hole. First time I seen regret in my mother's eyes, I guess she blamed herself. Nearly swapped my freedom for a prison cell. God give me a second chance. All the other soldiers fell. Walking out the station, was she happy? I just couldn't tell. Bang.
Also as well in that, bro. I don't know. I rate it though. I rate it because the fact that he was involved in certain things and his mum was there for him, good or bad and that, bro. Even with the law and that, bro. For some reason, I rate that. Because yeah, my grandmom and mum, they're not like that, bro. Them man said they will take me to the police. And once upon a time, my mum actually did take me to the police as well. There was a stint where I was stealing phones. I'm a person that's always loved technology. Like if you could see my room right now on that, fam, listen. Think of any device, it's most likely in here and that, fam. You get me? The amount of stuff I have in here in terms of tech shouldn't even been in such a flipping small room and that, fam. You get me? So I had a stint where I used to steal phones and that, fam. You get me? My mom literally took me to the police, bro. She took me to the police. You get me? So this I kind of rate at the same time. You know what I mean? The fact that Mumsy was there for you and that, fam, in that way.
In my mother's eyes, I guess she blamed herself. Nearly swapped my freedom for a prison cell. God give me a second chance. All the other soldiers fell. Walking out the station, was she happy? I just couldn't tell. Bang, bang, there's murder taking place in my gang. My boy is basically a hitman for a couple of grand. The judge hit him with a 33. Murder squad was digging deep. Had us cornered like a sheepdog would do a flock of sheep. Still, I'm in the
Bro, it basically takes people out and that, fam, for a couple of grand and that, bro. The judge gave him a 33, like.
all the other soldiers fell. Walking out the station, was she happy? I just couldn't tell. Bang, bang, there's murder taking place in my gang. My boy is basically a hitman for a couple of grand. The judge hit him with a 33. Murder squad was digging deep. Had us cornered like a sheepdog would do a flock of sheep. Still, I'm
Murder squad digging deep. No, he's rapping. Like, bro, I've literally feel like finding this flipping comment again and that, bro, just screen recording this and sending it to my man that said Bugzy Malone can't rap. Are you a flipping idiot, bro? Pattern up, man, idiot.
in my gang. My boy is basically a hitman for a couple of grand. The judge hit him with a 33. Murder squad was digging deep. Had us cornered like a sheepdog would do a flock of sheep. Still, I'm in the roads heavy. He said he would stab me up. Turned up with his gang, they're trying to fuck me up. I called my uncle panicking. He said, are you man enough? Broken knuckle, self-defense, taking my bandana off. Then the guy turned up at my mother's house on Berry New Road. His mother driving, she was angry because of what she'd been told. As she's banging down the door, I see my mother turn cold. She pulled her earrings out, ready to go.
Fuck her back! Fuck her back!
Yo, we haven't had the wheel up in a long time, bro. But I think Kenny Allstar did this in what's my man's name, bro? Why do I always forget his flipping name? I don't know why I always forget his name. Mazza L20. I think if I'm not mistaken, Kenny did a wheel up on this one as well, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the wheel ups when man are chatting pain, bro. I hear it, bro, but now ain't the time to get hyped. Like, let man go, fam. Like, yeah, anyway, we move though, we move. I don't know about wheel ups with pain.
My bandana off. Then the guy turned up at my mother's house on Berry New Road. His mother driving, she was angry because of what she'd been told. As she's banging down the door, I see my mother turn cold. She pulled her earrings out, ready to go.
Fuck her back! Fuck her back! Bugzy Malone in the building! How come every time? Fuck her back!
Like, I don't know if Bugzy even effed with the pull up like that, bro, because the way he's looking at him, bro, like, Brick, man, you dumb, bro, let me go.
Bugzy Malone in the building!
Like, he don't look happy about the wheel up. I don't know. Obviously, Charlie's stuck in his fire in the booth and that, bro. It's a moment, He's trying to make it viral and that, fam. But you should just let him go, man. You should just let him go. Wretch was angry as well when he got the wheel
How
up.
come every time you step into my studio, you give a man goosebumps like that? Alright, we're going again. Sorry, bro. I'm sorry. We gotta go again. Jesus Christ.
Bugzy Malone.
Wow.
Yeah, this is going to be a long one, man.
You know?
Talk to him, Bugs.
Alright. Look.
We're gonna give him another history lesson.
Look, see there's a complicated part of my story I need to tell. Every member of my family's been a resident in hell. I never spoke about the attempted murder sat in a cell. Every question, no comment, faces never ring a bell. I am
He's gonna get into the zone again, bro, but I can even hear his voice sounds a tiny bit different than that, bro, but he's slowly getting back into that exact same
My
place.
mother sitting with me in the interview, hiding my phone. I could never understand, she didn't wanna let me go. Smudging all my fingerprints. How was I supposed to know the policeman had intelligence? Digging me a deeper hole. First time I seen regret in my mother's eyes, I guess she blamed herself. Nearly swapped my freedom for a prison cell. God give me a second chance, all the other soldiers fell. Walking out the building, was she happy? I just couldn't tell. Bang, bang, this murder taking place in my gang. My boy's basically a hitman for a couple of grand. The judge hit him with a 33. Murder squad were digging deep. Had us cornered like a sheepdog would do a flock of sheep. Still I'm in the roads heavy. He said he would stab me up. Turned up with his guys, they're trying to fuck me up. I call my uncle panicking. He said, are you man enough? Broken knuckle, self-defense, taking my bandana off. Then the guy turned up.
And then talking about that, how a gang of man were literally trying to run up on him and do him dirty and all of that. If you guys obviously know the whole story and that, bro, in his last court case or whatever, where people showed up to his house and that, and know all of that case, bro, literally same moments. But in that first moment, when he was in the streets and doing certain things and called his uncle, he was panicking. But then years later and that, bro, when people were threatening his family and came to his house and that, bro, he acted accordingly, bro. There's an interview, but if you type in Bugzy Malone interview, he literally talks about the incident and that, fam. Those people basically coming to his yard and that, bro, smashing up his house, all of that type of stuff, threatening his family, and he handled it accordingly. Ended up getting a court case. I think the people that were invading his yard are the ones that called the police, so I don't know how that happens, but point is, he learned from the situation and that, from, and he actually acted accordingly.
Put my mother's house on Berry New Road. His mom driving, she was angry because of what she'd been told. As she's banging down the door, I see my mother turn cold. She pulled her earrings out, ready to go. The guy's mom must have been twice my mother's size, but still she didn't give a fuck. His mother ran away, my mom's the first woman I love. The guy stayed sat in the car, it's him that started the crud. He's lucky I didn't start smashing it up. My boiling blood has got me on the block every day. Plus marijuana had me crumbling my life away. To God I had to pray, dear Lord, I just pray you keep my mother safe. And can you take the pain away? I see it in her face, there's an argument. I see glass breaking in my heart again. For my mom, I'd fight the world. On the pitch, I play defense. If they touch her cardigan, I set fire to the boob. I would've burnt down Parliament like Guy Fawkes. Bonfire night, we'd let them fly. 32 shot repeater, fireworks on every side.
He's hitting out.
You're listening to a man that really nearly seen his mother die young. I used to cry, I had to pull myself together, put a brave face on. I shot my JDZ media, that's a bass song. I had 50 plans ready to drop. I'm still talking about a sawn off shorty like my city wasn't hot. Rapping was...
Oh my days. I'm seeing so many different similarities within his stories and that, from that happen in terms of things that have happened at the start of his quote unquote career or him living in the streets, and have also happened now as well. And the way he's explaining his mother and that, bro, it makes so much sense why he's like this and that, fam. It makes so much sense why he's like this and that. And this is what I'm saying, certain quote unquote manly traits and that, fam, that you may think a father should teach their son and that, bro. He's basically been taught that by his mother, bro. But people don't understand that the environment is what shapes you. You know, sometimes when they say like black women can be too manly and nah, it's the environment that they're living in and that, fam. Unfortunately, certain environments that black women live in or some women live in and that, but it doesn't allow them to be feminine and that, fam. They have to show a certain side of them to survive and that, fam. Listen to what he's saying in that, bro. You get me? So it's not about a woman being more feminine or being manly. It's about the environment they are in and having to survive, bro. And unfortunately, when it comes to black women, a lot of them are in a certain situation or certain environments where they've pretty much been planted there and that. You get what I'm trying to say? Like the system designs it like that to where most black people come from the hood and the ghetto and so they have to act accordingly, bro, to survive and that, fam. Like it's all making sense now and that, fam. You get me? But even when he's saying the guys pulled up in the street and then he was in the car but his mum went to go fight his mum and that, bruv. Same thing with the story and that, bruv. You get me? Years later and that, when the guys came to his yard and that, bruv, and all of that type of stuff, and they called the police and that, you get me? Like this similarities.
Just felt walking out the building, was she happy? I just couldn't tell. Bang bang, this murder taking place in my gang. My boy's basically a hitman for a couple of grand. The judge hit him with a 33. Murder squad were digging deep. Had us cornered like a sheepdog would do a flock of sheep. Still I'm in the roads heavy. He said he would stab me up. Turned up with his guys, they're trying to fuck me up. I call my uncle panicking. He said, are you man enough? Broken knuckle, self-defense, taking my bandana off. Then the guy turned up at my mother's house on Berry New Road. His mom driving, she was angry because of what she'd been told. As she's banging down the door, I see my mother turn cold. She pulled her earrings out, ready to go. The guy's mom must have been twice my mother's size, but still she didn't give a fuck. His mother ran away, my mom's the first woman I love. The guy stayed sat in the car, it's him that started the crud. He's lucky I didn't start smashing it up. My boiling blood has got me on the block every day. Plus
and this is what people are not understanding as well. It's kind of like the arguments between, I can't remember what I was even looking at, bro. But it was a case where people were talking about a woman pushing a guy in that, fam, and then I think someone else responded like, now what if that guy hits her because she basically pushed him and put her hands on him, and then someone else was like, oh yeah, now he can basically hit her, but he wasn't saying it like, oh yeah, he has the right to hit her. But at the end of the day, you don't know what someone's mentality is. And in my head, I'm like, a lot of men, bro, are not gonna touch another man because we know what that can come with. We're not gonna push a guy unless we know that it could go somewhere. We're not gonna touch a guy because we know that it can go a certain place and that, bro, when it comes to a hostile position. But women don't think like that. Women will push a guy and they're not thinking about the consequences, basically, physically, and that, fam. You get me? And this is the other thing, is that when people are on street-ish and doing certain street things and that, bro, and dragging people into it like you're flipping mum, if you know you're not on it and you know you're not going to follow through, if basically events could lead to a certain place, why would you do it in the flipping first place and that, bro? It's the streets for a reason and that, fam. You get me? If you ain't ready for it, stay on the pavement like they say and that, bro. You know what I mean? Like, people be half-hearted the crud and the violence and that, not knowing the person that you're going against and that, bro, is basically, bro, ready to die for what's going on right now and that, fam. So choose your opponents wisely, man. Choose your opponents wisely. Hopefully I connected everything there and you get what I'm basically saying. Choose your opponents wisely.
Marijuana had me crumbling my life away to God. I had to pray, dear Lord. I just pray you keep my mother safe. And can you take the pain away? I see it in her face, there's an argument. I see glass breaking in my heart again. For my mum, I'd fight the world. On the pitch, I play defense. If they touch her cardigan, I set fire to the booth. I would've burnt down Parliament like Guy Fawkes. Bonfire night, we'd let them fly. 32 shot repeater, fireworks on every side. You're listening to a man that really nearly seen his mother die young. I used to cry, I had to pull myself together, put a brave face on. I shot my JDZ Media, that's a bass song. I had 50 plans ready to drop. I'm still talking about a sawn off shotty like my city wasn't hot. Rapping was my last chance. If the fire in the booth didn't bang, I would've stopped shooting videos for fans. The dots are only up in Liverpool. I'm looking for bands, I need the boxes to multiply. I got bigger plans, so then I...
And him even saying that about the fire in the booth is cold as well, because obviously that song, take away the whole chip thing and all of that type of stuff, that was just absolutely cold, fire in the booth and that, but in terms of his rapping ability, what he put in display, with the fact that that whole chip situation came about is, bro, it's like it was a blessing in disguise and that, fam. Even though a lot of people may say Bugzy lost that and that was a blessing in disguise, and years later now both of them are cool with each other and all of that type of stuff and that, man. But I'm glad it worked out because he's a cold rapper, bro. For the idiot saying that this guy can't rap and that, bro, or just familiar with the house music that he makes and that, bro, you're an idiot. I hate when people only go, of course people do it with me, innit? People will watch a video of me and then try to assess my whole life or try to break down my whole character. Like, bro, I have thousands of videos on the internet. You think you can define me from flipping 1 minute or 8 minutes and that, bro? You're an idiot, bro. You get me? And that's what they're doing with this guy, basically. Because of the type of music he's making, it's like they're disregarding what he's done for his whole career and that. I'm like, pattern up, one of the coldest to come out the UK.
Up in Liverpool, I'm looking for bands, I need the boxes to multiply. I got bigger plans, so then I spoke to my cousin in Jamaica, told him, hold on. I was stacking money, but I need to get my bro long. Felt the devil brush past my shoulder, that was bro gone. If you have to take me next, cool. But please don't take my mom's side watching. Told him, hold on. I was stacking money, but I need to get my bro long. Felt the devil brush past my shoulder, that was bro gone. If you have to take me next, cool. But please don't take my mom's side watching my life from the front row. Flash before my eyes, I was done for. Staring down the barrel of a snub nose. Nearly gave the devil what he asked for. Yeah, cause they don't really love you. You can't really trust no one the way your mother loves you. She'll love you to the day she's gone. Stop watching my life from the front row. Flash before my eyes, I was done for. Staring down the barrel of a snub nose. Nearly gave the devil what he asked for. Yeah, cause they don't really love you. You can't really trust no one the way your mother loves you. She'll love you to the day she's watching your life from the front row. Flash before her eyes, you were done for. Staring down the barrel of a snub nose. Nearly gave the devil what he asked for. Yeah, cause they don't really love you. You can't really trust no one the way your mother loves you. She'll love you to the day she's gone.
Wow!
About Bugzy Malone can't rap, blood. He can rap and harmonize as well. And I see how he closed his eyes, bro. He was in the zone. I told you, he would get back there. He'd get back there. Shout to them.
Hey, that was emotional. Your mom's in the studio.
Oh, she is.
The energy. I know everyone in the studio. studios now.
Bro, that reminds me of what is it, Cadet Stereotype and that crazy man. R.I.P. Cadet as well and that, man. Yo, you see, in terms of celebrities or rappers that have passed, Pop Smoke, Cadet, and Chadwick Boseman and that, fam. 3 people that when they passed in that, fam, it's like rah. You know what I mean? Like, those are real people that I actually looked up to in that, fam. You get what I'm trying to say? And obviously, if you look at my flipping what do you call it, desktop, bro. Ever since I've got my PC, that's literally what it's been in that, fam. You get me? But what am I saying? Yeah, it's because the other day someone mentioned Cadet, bruv, and I was like, oh shoot, Cadet. Now that's the first time since his passed where I like haven't even thought of him and that within like the last past year or whatever, you get me? But the fact that Bugzy Malone's mum is in the studio, that reminds me of Cadet Stereotype when he's rapping around everyone and his mum was basically on the side, and that while he was literally talking on certain situations that had to do with her and that, I'm like, too cold.
Wow! Speechless.
I'm telling you, this ain't house Bugzy, bro.
Absolute
It's here to shed something.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, man.
One of the greatest to do it in the UK, period. I'ma say it. Argue with me if you fucking dare, man.
Alright, let's go to the next one, though.
I'm really trying.
We ain't done yet.
Yeah.
Why are you looking at me like
Okay.
that?
Yeah, nah, I'll be honest with you, man. I'm really trying to compete worldwide, you know, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Trying to be one of the best in the world. You get me?
And I believe you will be, my guy.
Yeah.
I feel like Bugs is gonna come into
You're
a second
already there,
prime.
you're already up there. On the mountain looking down, bro. It's another chapter.
Yeah.
Let's talk to him, bro.
Check. In the Mona Lisa, there's hundreds of layers of paint. Call this Da Vinci, cause there's hundreds of layers of paint. Listen.
Talk to him. Talk to him.
Yo, they ain't heard from me in a second. I've been knee deep in grieving, I've been needing a blessing. It's like the old me's deceased and I've just buried the coffin, but that's the price you pay for crazy progression. I need the vest to be ballistic, I want bullet protection, cause rappers start taking shots when they can smell a recession. I own the rights to all my music, that's a heavy collection. Now I'm a landlord, rent collecting is my profession. Watch the mic go up in flames like I do telekinesis. Fuck setting fire to the booth, I'm trying to blow it to pieces. See, when you come up from the mud, you better shake off the leeches. I just think I'm the realest, and I go in the deepest. So when I spit, you see it vivid, like you're sleeping and dreaming. When I was younger, uncle told me he was fighting a demon. Everybody called him mad, I think I really believed him. There was a murder in his gaff, and after that he was tweaking. When he got sectioned, I was 14, visiting the mental institution. Every day I had my shack, cause I wanted retribution. For my family or my gang, I would've done an execution. I'll just say how it is. I just think you're wired different when you grow up hearing stories about murder as a kid. Somehow you smell it in the air, you can feel it in your ribs. I'm like Da Vinci with the pencil, I'm just sketching what I think, but let me throw the kitchen sink. I heard an article, so.
And the maddest thing as well in that, bro, this guy has a few tunes, especially once again, The Resurrection in his last project or whatever. He has a few tunes where he references certain, what do you call it, certain artists. And then there was a certain bar in that, bro. What was it, fam? Wait a minute. Yeah, it was on the track Gods, and he said, if the picture is in your mind, is it still a painting and that, bro? But he even has a song on there as well called Van Gogh and all of that type of stuff, and he mentions Da Vinci and da-da-da. But especially with the type of rap that this guy makes and how he literally paints pictures, bro, this is like the perfect style and subject matter for him to also relay what he's actually doing in real time and that. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, bro, when we're talking about breaking the what they call it, breaking the fourth wall and all of that type of stuff, like, bro, chat to them, man. Like, he's playing mind games and that, bro. Like, he's, you know how they talk about different universes and all of that type of stuff and different timelines and that. I mean, you get me? It's like he's literally doing said something while talking about said something and articulating it in such a cold way. Because people literally says, yeah, he paints pictures. Like, that's a common phrase within rap and that, fam. But that's literally what he does because he's a storyteller and that, fam. Like, it's crazy to me and that, fam. You know what I mean?
I really believed him. There was a murder in his gaff, and after that he was tweaking. When he got sectioned, I was 14, visiting the mental institution. Every day I had my shack, cause I wanted retribution. For my family or my gang, I would've done an execution. I'll just say how it is. I just think you're wired different when you grow up hearing stories about murder as a kid. Somehow you smell it in the air, you can feel it in your ribs. I'm like Da Vinci with the pencil, I'm just sketching what I think, but let me throw the kitchen sink. I heard an article, something about the north, and sketching what I think, but let me throw the kitchen sink.
What's that term again, bro? I know that term. That's it and that, bro. To basically throw everything that you have at a said something and that, fam. You know what I mean? Let me throw the whole kitchen sink.
Feel it in your ribs, I'm like Da Vinci with the pencil, I'm just sketching what I think, but let me throw the kitchen sink. I heard an article, something about the north, and it said who's the real king, but I thought...
Sorry, And that's the other thing. Let me throw the kitchen sink. That's exactly what he does with his raps as well and that, bro. Because he puts everything within his music and that, bro. Down to his deepest, darkest secrets, traumas, all of that. Bro, like it gets to a point. Yeah, calm, doubles, triples, bro. But when you're explaining exactly what you're doing in the most perfect way, bro. Crazy.
The north and it said who's the real king, but I thought let me not reply. I wait until I'm on the mic. You stand in front of any guy and ask him who the fuck you think. Let me simplify the facts and we'll just see if it sinks in. Age 11 I got home late cause I've been stabbed. I got him back like Vinnie Jones in lock stock covered in glass. 13 my cousin asked me for a spade and we was digging to the early hours till eventually we found a strap. 14 I got nicked on an attempted murder. 15 my mate committed murder. 16 I'm sat in jail. 17 I'm getting active with the scales. 18 I'm in designer like I've written Timmy Turner. 19 I lost a boxing match and called it a day. 20 I was so depressed I nearly called it a day. 21 I made a plan, I'm really trying to escape. So 22 I'm back to kicking doors off on the estate. 23 I can't hit 50. 24 I made $1 million, all my taxes were paid. 25 I spent $1 million on a house with electric gates. So 26 I got my Huracan same colour as my Wraith. Spent $3 million on my London crib and rented it out. I'm standing out in the Storaro, there's not many about. I hear them talking about numbers like I'm in it for clout. I was never trying to be famous, I was trying to get out. If they do pop, they can't talk about me like we're the same. Like rap music ain't for kids that come from serious pain. Before rap they were legit and now they work for the game. Before rap I knew some shooters that would blow out your brain.
Sorry, you already know I'm going all the way back, bro. But fam, you don't get them like this. You very rarely get them like this and that, bro. Bugzy Malone, oh my days, take a bounce. Are you stupid, bro? It's crazy what rap can do and that, man. How he literally takes his life, however old he is and that, bro, and he's basically able to just talk about each year and then just pick a significant event that happened and that, bro. You get me? And then just put everything together and that and tell people why I'm the king of the north. It's not just about the music, is what I've come from and that, bro. Yeah, this rapper might have done similar things to me or quote unquote even bigger things than me and that, bro, but he doesn't have the same past as me, bro. I had to overcome way much more and that. What did Dave say in his album and that, bro? He says it was some sort of bar and that where he's talking about, yeah, I might not have all the money, but I never had money and that. But like, yeah, you might have more money than me, but I've never known money in my life, bro. So to say that I have what I have right now and that, fam, is way more of an accomplishment than you, bro. You're a Nepo baby, bro. You come from money. I've never known money. So even though you have more money than me, for me to get where I got to and for you to get where you got to and that, bro, it's two completely different journeys and that, man. Oh my days.
Telekinesis. I'm setting fire to the booth, I'm trying to blow it to pieces. See, when you come up from the mud, you better shake off the leeches. I just think I'm the realest, and I go in the deepest. So when I spit, you see it vivid, like you're sleeping and dreaming. When I was younger, Uncle told me he was fighting a demon. Everybody called him mad, I think I really believed him. There was a murder in his gaff, and after that he was tweaking. When he got sectioned, I was 14, visiting the mental institution. Every day I had my shack, cause I wanted retribution. For my family or my gang, I would have done an execution. I'll just say how it is. I just think you're wired different when you grow up hearing stories about murder as a kid. Somehow you smell it in the air, you can feel it in your ribs. I'm like Da Vinci with the pencil, I'm just sketching what I think, but let me throw the kitchen sink. I heard an.
And even how he's talking about hearing murder stories from young and you can hear it in the air or smell it in the air, you can feel it in your ribs and that, bro. Like, I feel like the way he sees life is in such a vivid manner, bro. Like, even when he was talking about the whole situation where the people invaded his yard and that, bro, and you get what I'm trying to say, they was smashing the windows and they was asking for him and his family was in danger and he had his sister in the car, bro, and he's talking to his girl and that, bro, that was at the house who people were currently smashing up saying, where's Bugzy? And she was scared and da. Even if you listen to how he handled the situation and that, bro, it's like everything just slows down. You know what I mean? You can see everything vividly in that. You get what I'm trying to say? And he handles it accordingly. And I feel like he's probably had that trait, but maybe he's just realizing it type of thing, that everything within life, he just sees it in such a vivid manner. Like he can see all the little details and that, which makes sense why he raps, how he raps, because that's basically how he lives at the same time, you know what I mean?
Something about the north and it said who's the real king, but I thought let me not reply. I wait until I'm on the mic, you stand in front of any guy and ask him who the fuck you think. Let me simplify the facts and we'll just see if it sinks in. Age 11 I got home late, cause I've been stabbed, I got him back like Vinnie Jones in lock stock covered in glass. 13 my cousin asked me for a spade and we.
And also you can tell he's a movie man. The amount of times this guy has referenced so many different movies and it's always a certain type of movie as well.
I got him back like Vinnie Jones in lock stock covered in glass.
And he's been in movies as well. Sorry, and he's been in movies. People be pissing me off sometimes as well. Bro, he's been in films with Jason Statham and that. From watching those films to actually being in films with these type of people working with them and that, bro. Like, I swear down, certain comments I've been seeing online, it makes me want to go through the screen and just wrangle your neck with like Simpson with Bart.
Asked me for a spade and we was digging to the early hours till eventually we found a strap. 14, I got nicked on an attempted murder. 15, my mate committed murder. 16, I'm sat in jail. 17, I'm getting active with the scales. 18, I'm in designer like I've written Timmy Turner. 19, I lost a boxing match and called it.
I'm in designer like I write it. Timmy Turner. Shout out designer, man. That man did him dirty and that, fam. You get what I'm trying to say? I can't lie to you, but he's slowly coming back. He's rapping now and that, fam. But Timmy Turner, cold tune and that, fam. Even Panda and I remember, bro, I can literally see Panda coming out and that. Anyway, it's not about designer. Shout out designer though. I rate him. You get what I'm trying.
20, I was so depressed, I nearly called it a day. 21, I made a plan, I'm really trying to escape. So 22, I'm back to kicking doors off on the estate. 23, I can't hit 50. 24, I made $1 million, all my taxes were paid. 25, I spent $1 million on a house with electric gates. So 26, I got my Hurricane, same color as my Wraith. Spent $3 million on my London crib and rented it out. I'm standing out in the Storao, there's not many about. I hear them talking about numbers like I'm in it for clout. I was never trying to be famous, I was trying to get out. If they do pop, they can't talk about me like we're the same. Like rap.
And you could also, you may be saying, what do you mean he doesn't care about numbers? Listen to the type of music that he's making. Yeah, you could say that, but you gotta, it's not about what I said someone is doing, it's how they're doing it, bro. So, cool. You could say a man like Bugzy Malone is chasing the numbers because he's left, quote unquote, what made him famous. He's left the rap. And now, not necessarily left the rap, but he doesn't do rap as much and he's more so doing the house things. But then look at him in terms of, he pretty much just releases music and then he's gone on his day. That's what you got to realize is how he's doing it. It's like he's just doing whatever he feels like and that. And you get to a point, bro, where you solidify yourself in a said something and you can just move how you want to move. It's like certain reactors. Like they can just drop whenever they want to drop because they've already built the audience and that they have millions and millions of followers. They can do what they want type of thing. I feel like that's what Bugzy Malone is. You know what I mean? Like it's not a case where he's chasing the numbers, bro. He's just doing what he wants to do. And that's how it comes across.
Music ain't for kids that come from serious pain. Before rap, they were legit and now they work for the game. Before rap, I knew some shooters that would blow out your brain. The industry are gatekeepers and the North couldn't play. When I started spitting, none of us were making a wage. So for them to get paid, I had to blow off the gate. That makes me king of the North until I'm dead in my grave. I learned my hustle from the boys couldn't play.
Listen to the tone of the voice, the inflections and that, bro.
When I started spitting, none of us were making a wage. So for them to get paid, I had to blow off the gate. That makes me king of the North until I'm dead in my grave. I learned my hustle from the boys and pedal bikes in the rain. That means I'm self-employed, so don't be shouting my name. I bought the Lamborghini cash, now that's a separate lane. And I get man of the match because I'm messy on stage. Suicidal as a kid till I seen Cassius Clay. That's when I realized what it was to be great. I said I'd represent the strugglers and I showed them the way. So then I made my first tape. Started setting the pace. I'm Leonardo with the biro, like I wrote this in Latin.
Bro, I swear he was sweating in his last fire in the booth. He wasn't sweating before, bro. He was not sweating before. I keep telling you, he keeps entering flow state, bro. He keeps entering flow state. Listen to the inflections. Listen to how he's, I mean, look how he's closing his eyes and that, bro. Broski's sweating on that, fam. Pouring his heart out. Got his mum beside him. Yo, I don't know what it is with having your mumsy in the same room while you're spitting. But it gives you different powers because this fire in the booth right here, like I said, cadet stereotype, like it gives you powers, bro. That spirituality and that. What is that film? Hancock, bro. If you've seen flipping, is it Hancock? With Will Smith and My Girl and that, fam. The closer they get, the more, you know what I'm saying? Crazy to me. It's that type of connection and that, fam. But in reverse.
My first take, so I setting the pace. I'm Leonardo with the biro, like I wrote this in Latin. And every album's up a level, you might notice a pattern. I've been a savage all my life, but now I'm finding a balance. And you become the crouching tiger when you're hiding a dragon. I don't know, I changed the game. You know, an inspiration for the kids. And every time I'm taking aim, I didn't miss. I'm like John Wick, I make my haters quarantine. I leave them physically sick. And that's back when I was Manchester rich. And now it's different. I remember not having a pot to piss in. Fuck's sake, Bugzy Malone, fire in the booth. Yeah, no talk about.
Now our sound effects are clashing. Our sound effects are clashing.
I just come to fucking set the bar real quick. I just wanted to say thank you, brother, for making a platform, man. I've been able to change my life, man.
Bro, let me just say something right now. Let me say it to you, let me say it to the camera. That is one of the great.
Yo, cameraman, stop zooming in, bro. Chill out.
It's the fire in the booths ever.
Wait, there's another part.
Ever. And that's a big statement. There's thousands. That has just raised the bar again. Like, I
Never
didn't think it was possible. And while we're on the topic of raising the bar,
Oh, Hall of Flames presentation.
when we spoke and you're like, yo, Charlie, I'm coming through, we'll do a new one. I was like, we need to make people understand the significance, the importance, and make sure nobody can airbrush history. I see a lot of people trying to do that. It don't sit well with me. And I thought, you know what? FITB been going for a long time. 17 years, to be exact, bro.
Big man.
And I thought
Stop
we need
hitting
to
me.
do something to acknowledge the people that have come through and made a real impact. And there's not many, if anyone, that's made the impact of FITB that you have. Changed your life, changed the game. There weren't no one in the UK outside the M25 getting on before you kick down that door. Argue with me. I've got the facts, I can present them. So I thought, you know what? I'm gonna start something special. And I'm gonna make you the first inductee. We're calling it the Hall of Flames. Now you gotta be special to get in. Not anybody's getting in. Think the Hall of Fame. Like we talk about boxing, you know what I mean? We talk about music. This is the Hall of Flames. And you are inductee number 1. You have to wait there one sec, bro. So first you got your trophy, bro. This is heavyweight. Bugzy Malone, Hall of Flames, number 1 edition. But I thought that's not enough. When you're number 1, you can hear that.
Yeah.
Shit's heavy. But I thought you're inductee number 1. The first inductee into the Hall of Flames, that ain't enough. This is some heavyweight championship shit.
What AU shit? Or something else? Or a plaque?
So we had to get
It's either AU or a plaque, bro.
something that reflected that.
Yeah, it's an AU thing. Wait, what is it? Oh shoot, man got a belt. Nah, that's
Bugzy
crazy.
First inductee into the Fire in the Booth Hall of Flames.
Nah, that is crazy. And because he's a boxer
History, bro.
or loves boxing,
Jesus Christ.
that makes sense.
That was special, bro.
Oh, that was special. Oh shit. Here we go again.
Yes, brother.
Craziness.
Can I still say something?
Yeah, of course, bro.
Yeah, man. Thank you, bro, for making a platform that acknowledges individuals like me. I've been able to change my life. You understand? And where I come from in Manchester,
Oh, I wasn't totally wrong though. Still got the AU branding though.
there's not much hope in what we grow up in. You get me? And I just hope that the up and coming guys see what I've done and go off and change their lives, man, and look after the moments, man, and enjoy life, man. So, thank you, bro. I
Inspirational,
appreciate
bro.
it.
Hall of Flames.
Shout out to the both of them, bro. We're looking at a legend and well, 2 legends on that front. You get me? Definitely 2 legends of the whole flipping scene in their respective ways and that, man. And like I said, bro, like people, the hell? Please tell me that just happened. That wasn't happening the whole time, right? Hopefully. But what am I even saying? Yeah, people chatting about, oh, that one guy, bro. I don't know why it pissed me off to the point where I'm referencing it so much and that, bro. We're talking about a guy that's one of the coldest rappers to come out of the UK, has a trait that not many people have, which is storytelling. Think of every single person that's the greatest of all time and that, bro. More time they can storytell and that, fam. You get me? It's an important trait that not everyone has, and especially to encapsulate a moment or use words and that, bruv, to paint a picture like Bugzy Malone does. Also, like Charlie said and that, bruv, the guy's from Manny and that, bro. He's pretty much the first one to really kick down the door and to go absolutely crazy from Manchester, because you guys know at one point London was just like the mecca of UK rap and that, fam. You know what I mean? And no one was really accepting anyone outside of that. He's a trailblazer on top of that as well, bro. Like, helped the whole flipping city and that, bro. You get me? Actually get the notoriety, and now we've had many more since him and that, bro. Like, pattern up, man. And also the time of him going up against shit from someone outside of London as well. Like, bro, pattern up, man. Like, don't ever talk sideways. Yeah, a certain rapper might not be your cup of tea, calm, but don't ever disrespect someone like Bugzy Malone and say the guy can't rap. And are you dumb, bro? Pattern up, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. This was a flipping long one, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. It's your boy Njies. and I'm gone. In a bit.